So it is officially September as of tomorrow. So this is a little bit of my back to school makeup look. Obviously I am no longer at back to school age. A lot of you might not know this. I am a English teacher. That is my main job at the moment. So this is my back to school look as an English teacher. So this might not be 100% perfect for what students do, but I tried to base it on what my old school's rules were. But you can always edit this to kind of suit your needs and what exactly your school does. So if my makeup is a little heavy on the eyes, you can definitely lighten it up. I hope you enjoy this look and let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply some primer. This is exceptionally important if you want the makeup to last any length of time. So I'm just gonna apply my favorite primer, which is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And make sure that is well rubbed in to all of the areas. So because we are going to be using quite a light foundation, this is going to be something very important to do. It is color correct. So I have the NYX Professional Makeup Color Correcting Kit. This has a lot of the main colors that you will probably need as somebody correcting all sorts of blemishes. So the first thing and the most important one in my case is going to be to correct my dark circles. Now, for a long time, you can probably tell I used the pink tone. More recently, I found this more peachy tone is actually better for me, so I'm going to be using that one. And I just make sure I've got a very small amount on my brush, to the point I will even dab some off and warm it up on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to take that into the darkest areas of my eye, which is going to be my inner corner, and just slightly down this bag. And I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. You can already kind of tell the difference. This looks much brighter. So I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. Now just notice on the top of my eyelid is the exact same, so I'm just going to do that as well. And then the next thing I'm going to correct, and a lot of people will also correct, is any redness on their skin. So that is the mint color. Again, you can tell this mint has been very well used, and it is because I have some terrible redness. So I'm just going to apply that to the worst redness. So not spots, but the worst red areas. You can either tap them out with the same brush or tap them out with a finger. I'm using the brush this time around. Something a bit like that. Now, normally at this stage would be to say use a BB cream or a light coverage foundation. The only one I have is a full coverage, which obviously doesn't work that well for more natural light looks. So what I do is I mix a couple of pumps or one pump, depending on the day and what I'm doing, of my foundation of choice with my moisturizer of choice. This one is the My Label Cream Matificant, which is a very light one. It's very good for oil-prone skin like mine. And all I've done is mix that on the back of my hand. Now, I do work online, so I can wear mine a little bit thicker than people might wear in person. I still try and keep it light. So this is kind of the coverage that I have mixed. And as you can see, you can still kind of grasp my natural skin texture and everything under it. It's just a better, evener color than the current. skin. I'm just applying that very roughly with my foundation brush. And just to even that out, I'm going to use my trusty makeup sponge to just blend that in. So you can leave it there, but if you're a bit more like me and you are very dark circle prone, or you do have quite a bit of acne that you would rather cover up, this is going to be very important to you. This is the concealer stage, and this is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in the shade Light Sand. Now you still want to be quite light with this, so I actually do scrape most of the concealer off at this stage and just have the wand almost bare. Then I'm going to take it into my worst areas, so the inner corner of my eye and just directly under the center of my eye. And then I'm also just going to dab a little bit on any areas I think are still quite red or quite visible. Just adding a touch more into my eyes because I didn't think that was going to be enough. And again, handy dandy makeup sponge to the rescue, just going to pat that in. Powder brush, which has a tiny amount of loose powder left on it, and I'm just going to dab that around my areas that crease, so my eyes. And just a touch on my forehead and around my nose. Chin. So the next thing we're on to is cream contour. So what I'm going to do is get my contour brush and put my contour, actually smear it onto the back of my hand. Because this is such a dark color, I want to pick up as minimal as possible, which is the reason I'm putting it on the back of my hand. Then I'm just going to dab my contour brush into it. So I'm stippling it onto the brush. Again, just test it further up my arm, and that is perfect. So again, I'm just going to take it into the very hollows of my cheek on both sides. And just a touch under my chin. Very small touch down my nose. blush, again, I'm also going to be using a cream product. So this one is the Sophia and Mabelle blush stick. I got this in a beauty box a while ago. I'm just going to take that onto the tip of my middle finger and dab it roughly in the areas that I'm going to put it first. And then using my finger, I'm going to blend. That's just a really light blush covering just to naturally bring back a little bit of color. As usual, I'm going to be using my Frekil pen to just redraw on my moles. Eyebrows, I'm using my same normal eyebrow product, which is the Pink Honey Wonder Whip in the shade medium brown. There we go. And like usual, I'm just gonna take it on an angle brush. Just focusing it on the tail end of my eyebrow. I'm not focusing it anywhere else. And then just to make sure my eyebrows actually stay in place and colors get blended a little better, I am going to be taking the Maybelline BrowDrama brow gel, and I'm just going to run that through the entire length of my eyebrows. Of course, you can skip the step with the brow products, and maybe tinted brow gel might work better for some people. Now I'm taking you right in to show you my eye makeup. Just noticed the blush is a little awkward there. So I am going to be using the Beauty Bay Earth palette because this has some really nice greens, but it also has some beautiful natural browns. So I'm going to be mainly using the shade Novel, which is this one right in the corner. I'm going to take that on quite a fluffy brush. I'm just going to dip the fluffy brush in that product, mostly tap it off. And then just follow my crease. Just take it under my eye ever so slightly. Now we're going to focus on blending. if things are seeming a little bit too heavy, what I then tend to do is take a much lighter color. So I am using another color from this palette. This is Snow. This is a very, very light color. It's just got a slight beige tone to it. And I'm going to take that on the same fluffy brush and I'm going to blend this right over the top of everything I've already put on. And you can already see the difference of how much lighter this is compared to this. Step. So I like to define my liner. Normally I would obviously wear a liquid eyeliner or even a pencil eyeliner. In this case, I'm going to show you something that's a little bit lighter, a little bit more natural. So I'm going to take a angled brush like this one. This is an old one for eyebrows originally. It works just as well for liner. And that same really dark brown, that Novel, I'm just dipping both sides of the brush into that. And then I'm going to follow my natural lash line. What we're aiming to do here is just add a little bit more shadow, as you can see. So you can just see the difference of how much fuller my lash line looks here compared to here. I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. Usual, I'm just going to apply my mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High. So most people will wear a lip gloss with their makeup for school. I never did that when I was growing up. What I tended to use and what I still use to this day is a tinted lip balm. I found this is much better. My school in particular had a lot of heating running all year round, and I lived in England, so very cold. So particularly going back to school, my lips were always dry. So I just preferred a tinted balm. So that's the makeup done. I'm just going to do my hair, put a little bit of jewelry on, and I will show you the finished look. So that's everything finished with my hair done, a little bit of jewelry on, and everything sorted. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So if you do want to catch up with more, there is the link to my Instagram down below, and hopefully I will see you guys next week. Bye!